Welcome everyone to Chingadera, the Elite Roller Derby Tournament. We're going to watch Southside Roller Derby Elite out of Houston versus TXRD All-Star Army out of Austin. It's Texas versus Texas. It's going to be a lot of whenever eyes out there, a lot of all right then, a lot of I'm not the one, a lot of Texanisms. Get ready.
All right, as we get ready for, as we get ready for the first jam here, we're going to do a quick rundown of the rosters after this first jam is over. Stepping up to the jammer line first for Texas is going to be number 118. That's Brie E. Coli.
Versus number 31, Lola Chola. Lola Chola takes that high, pushes through that TXRD defense and breaks away. Lead jammer Lola Chola for SSRD. First jam, Houston taking the lead.
Brie Coli quickly out of the pack as well to put the pressure on as Lola Chola up into the pack.
Lola slams into that TXR defense, does that hip dance just in time. Brie Coli was right on her tail. Flocka Kalaka lining back up against Punisher.
Let's get you a quick rundown of the Texas roster. Number 118, Brie E. Coli. Number 2, Zara Problem. Number 255, Brawl Rat. Number 3, Flocka Kalaka. Number 416, Bitty Bitty Boom Boom. Number 42, Mostly Harmless. Number 423, A Blazing Grace. Number 5, Mila Jukovic. Number 5585, Helen Highwater. Number 616, Scrapegoat. Number 666, Mother Mayhem. Number 777, Tony Montana. Number 81, Dyer's Eve. Number 88, Pixie Kicks. And number 9, Ruth Badger Jukesburg. Lead jammer for Texas is number 3, Flocka Kalaka.
And let's give you that Houston roster. Number 0.38, Annie Chokley. Number 111, Punisher. Number 117, DK. Number 127, Violent Viking. Number 17, Roby Wan Kenobi. Number 31, Lola Chola. Number 413, Mermace. Number 53, Wildwood. Number 69, Star. 721, Mojo. 74, Skate Charmer. Number 8, Dolly B. Rotten. And number 82, Daisy Nukes.
On the jammer line for the All-Star Army is number 777, Tony Montana. Before we get to that, however, that sounds like a timeout. It's going to be an official timeout.
All right, when we come back in, it'll be Tony Montana versus Wildwood. While we take a break here, let's mention some of our sponsors. Lost Dutchman Tattoo is a local tattoo shop here in Phoenix, Arizona, specializing in various styles from realism to traditional and customized tattoo designs. Walk-ins are welcome, located at 4121 North 19th Ave, east side of 19th Ave, north of Indian School Road. We're back in Wildwood versus Tony Montana, skating for TXRD. Great hip check by number 9, Ruth Bader Jukesburg. Slams Wildwood into the wall, and that is enough to give a little bit of an edge to TXRD. Oh, but Wildwood recovers back through. Lead jammer SSRD. This is back-to-back taking lead jam here by SSRD. Definitely looking good for Houston at the start of this first quarter. We are playing full games, even though this is a tournament. Arizona takes it seriously.
Wildwood making her way through the pack. Gets past a couple of skaters calling it off and picking up 3 points from the infield.
Number 666, Mother Mayhem versus number 111, Punisher. Nod from the refs, nod from the scoreboard, and we're off. Both teams playing great defense. Those jammers are locked up. Mojo, last line of defense from SSRD. They're able to recycle that wall, reforms, TXRD breaks away, lead jammer. Opportunity opens up for Austin.
Mother Mayhem making her way around the track now, catching up. Full pack that she's going to try to make her way through, running up into some defense now.
Mojo goes for another hit, does not quite take down Mother Mayhem. She breaks away. That's going to be points on the board for Austin. It is currently 4 SSRD, 8 TXRD. TXRD is going to be putting some more points on the board for sure. Great hit by Nukes.
Houston jammer out of the pack, so Mother Mayhem's going to call off the jam. And it's a 7-point jam for the All-Star Army here in the very early going.
15 points for TXRD to 4 SSRD. A Blazing Grace is up for TXRD versus Lola Chola. I see penalties on that bench. SSRD is going to be playing a little light on defense, but it doesn't matter. Lola Chola breaks away. Lead jammer, SSRD. Way to make it work. SSRD with a penalty on the board.
And the Texas jammer out of the pack as well. Lola Chola now seeing what she can get as far as a scoring pass. Run up into the wall by one of the All-Star Army defenders.
Great rail pin by Zara Problem. Locks up Lola Chola in that rail, forces her to slow down, and that really is what prevented those points there.
And it looks like we are setting up for our first power jam of the bout. It's going to be Violent Viking for the Southside Roller Derby Elite on the jammer line, all by her lonesome.
That's right. Only Violent Viking can score in this jam. It's a Southside Roller Derby Power Jam. Only Violent Viking can score. All TXRD can play the best defense of their lives as they try to just slow down, juke, 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 slam, 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 Violent Viking. And so far, they are. Number 42, Mostly Harmless, is proving that is not true. Knocking Violent Viking's head back as they slam, slam, slam. That sure was some great defense. But Violent Viking breaks away. Opportunity to score with over 30 seconds left on the play clock. SSRD needs this. We do have a 15-4 game so far, but they are going to put some more points on the board if Violent Viking can break through this defense right now. Does a nice little 180 around the team, getting her hips ahead, and ends that jam. That is some expertise right there. You don't see a lot of that move. Well done, Violent Viking. And there it is, 5 points for SSRD. You get all the points for the blockers plus that jammer that was missing. 5 points for SSRD, making it 15-9.
We got Brie Cole on the jammer line for the All-Star Army. It's going to be Wildwood for Houston. 2 blockers in the penalty box for Southside, 1 blocker for Texas.
We have a mess of penalties on that penalty set of chairs there. That is going to make this a very defense-light jam, and that means we are going to see these jammers just sailing through. But so far, wow, great defense by both teams. Skate Charmer going one-on-one up on her toe stops, stopping that TXRD. Oh, that's interesting. So Skate Charmer just barely skates out of bounds, and that allows that TXRD Brie Coli jammer to get away. If Skate Charmer had stayed in bounds, that would have been cutting the track, but huge opportunity for TXRD opens up there. Wildwood trying to chase her down.
Skate Charmer having a much easier time with the scoring pass than she did getting out of the pack the first time, navigating her way through the pack and calling off the jam, putting 4 points up on the board for the All-Star Army.
Another hit it and quit it there. Textbook roller derby, 4 points for TXRD, making it 19-9, 10-point difference as we line back up here with Punisher versus Mostly Harmless. more penalties in that penalty box. SSRD definitely struggling with those penalties today. That is going to hold them back, but it doesn't matter. Punisher, lead jammer, SSRD Houston. Huge opportunity here for Houston if they can hold back that jammer. A lot of action on that track as offense and defense take each other on. Dolly B. Rotten clears part of that defense to the inside of the track, and that helped Punisher get through there. That's it. There's your 4 points. Hit it and quit it. 19-13. This game is tightening up. This is getting close. Lola Chola versus Ruth Bader Jukesburg. Oh, sorry, it's Badger Jukesburg. I mispronounced that.
Looks like we're going to have an official timeout.
I'm hearing an improper uniform.
So we'll have to check on that.
We here at the announcer's table don't know what that means. What happened with the uniform? Did something happen? All right, I guess a bandana around the neck presented a choking hazard, and that resulted in an improper uniform call, stopping that jam. We're going to resolve that and get back in here. Don't choke yourself in roller derby. That's maybe the lesson learned for this morning. Once again, Lola Chola versus Ruth Badger Jukesburg.
One blocker for each side in the penalty box. Both jammers trying to go right up Main Street. Lola Chola able to find an opening. Both jammers through right now. Lola Chola out slightly ahead. It's going to be a little bit of a jammer race right back to the pack. Lola Chola's got the advantage. Going to try to get back and see if she can get any points with her teammates, trying to get ahead of a couple of blockers. Sliding in, flying through, calling it off.
I can't tell if Lola Chola knew she was in a jammer shootout, but she didn't seem to care. She just skated as fast as she could, actually made a little bit of distance there, and still hit it and quit it. And there you go. That's the downside of hit it and quit it. Both teams got 3 points in that jam, almost like it didn't happen. 22-16, TXRD is still up by 6 points. We're back in here with number 666, Mother Mayhem versus Violent Viking. Violent Viking playing in pink for the SSRD. TXRD is, of course, in that army green. Both teams playing great defense. Oh, one-on-one. Dolly B. Rotten. Oh, yeah, there you go. TXRD breaks away. Lead jammer.
Mother Mayhem now approaching the pack, looking for a scoring pass, trying to find some room along the inside, but escorted off onto the infield by one of the south side blockers. Pack kind of grinds to a halt here at the entrance to turn number 3, and now trying to race to the front of the pack. There's your south side blocker. That's Violent Viking, able to get out of the pack.
Violent Viking gets cleared to the inside by 81 Dyer's Eve, but Dyer's Eve with that zipper skates off the track. That is a very hard move to do. Doing a zipper and staying on the track, definitely an elite skill, and we've seen several zippers fly off the track. When you fly off the track, sure, you knock that skater out, but they get to jump ahead of you. They are no longer cutting the track by leaving you in the dust, and that is exactly what Violent Viking did there. All right, I see Wildwood up there, and I see TXRD pulling their jammer, I believe. This is once again a Southside Roller Derby Power Jam! Only Wildwood can score in this jam. Huge opportunity for Southside Houston. It is 16 for Houston, 27 TXRD. Wildwood has a huge chance to change this. Wildwood sheds that block. Mila Jukovic goes in for the hit. Wildwood counter blocks, takes Jukovic down. Southside is goading Zara Problem, and that is allowing Wildwood to just keep on going. We have over 20 seconds left on the play clock, and we are still going here. This is a huge power jam. One-on-one with Mila Jukovic. It's all about Jukovic right now. Wildwood pushes Mila Jukovic out of the pack. Mila cannot stop her. Once you break up that pack, they cannot play defense. Keeps on going. You're going to get 5 points for every single lap you've seen here. And that's it. Wildwood almost took it one more time. Huge power jam by Houston right there. Let's see.
10-point power jam for Houston makes this a whole new ball game. Now Texas up by just one, 27-26 as we approach the end of the first quarter.
27 Austin, 26 Houston. Battle of the Texans. Punisher back in against Flocka Kalaka. Flocka Kalaka, lead jammer, TXRD. TXRD not happy with that last jam. Clearly taken off. Oh, Flocka Kalaka is moving too. Look at that speed. Apex jump over Dolly B. Rotten Zipper. And a howl for Flocka Kalaka as she takes that lap. Oh, another apex jump with a roll. That was amazing. This has become gymnastics combined with roller derby here. Next, we're going to get a pommel horse out. Dolly B. Rotten just killing it there on defense.
And that's going to bring an official timeout. So we will stop all this.
Remember, that was a regular jam, and
Yeah.
yet, oh, this is a mess of points, though. We have 3 points for Houston, 10 for Austin. Yeah, that was a messy jam right there. 37 Austin, 29 Houston, though, after that. Thankfully, our awesome refs flew in here at their own expense to call complicated jams like that. I couldn't have figured out if you ask me. Well, let's hit some more sponsors. Off the Hook Taco Truck is locally owned and operated. Their taco truck serving SoCal Baja inspired cuisine. They have chicken and vegetarian options available as well. Visit them outside if you're hungry for something delicious.
This is Bliss Massage, is transforming lives one treatment at a time, offering massage treatment in Tempe and mobile massage services, specializing in Swedish, deep tissue, Reiki, and much more. Visit them at thisisblissmassage.com or call 480-406-1314 to schedule your appointment.
Above and Beyond Pallet Creations. Have you seen the amazing team signs in the warehouse? Above and Beyond Pallet Creations takes pallets and gives them a second life. For more information or to commission work, see Bobby Ross, the coach of the Schoolyard Scrappers. You can also look up Above and Beyond Pallet Creations on Facebook. Brie Coli versus Lola Chola.
Austin maintaining an 8-point lead here with a minute and a half to go until the end of the first quarter.
Lola Chola, 2 counter blocks, blows apart that wall. Lead jammer, Southside Houston. Brie Coli's going to keep her honest. Oh, and Lola Chola could hear right on her tail. Nice little high five from Lola to Brie Coli there as that jam ends. I love to see the jammers making friendly after they beat the crap out of each other on the track.
Setting up now to jam here after a 0-0 jam. That's Flocka Kalaka coming the long way around the track.
Flocka Kalaka and Violent Viking sharing kind words there as that jam starts, but Violent Viking still starts off with a jammer hit. Flocka Kalaka just kind of sidestepping through there, and it works. What an incredible strategy. I really thought Kalaka was going to go out. That was some pretty impressive footwork and just balance there on that inside coping. If you're watching at home and wondering what it's like to do that, that is basically just a PVC pipe, and it's not very easy to stand on it even with regular old feet, let alone roller skates. So that is pretty impressive by Flocka Kalaka. Lead jammer, obviously, for TXRD Austin is currently 37-29, but Flocka Kalaka has already made a couple of laps here. tries to go high against number 721's Mojo's great block there.
Violet Viking emerging from the pack as the jam clock expires, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We will check on the score. And it ends up being a 9-point jam for the Texas All-Star Army. So that's going to take us up to our quarter break. Your score at the moment, Austin 46, Houston 29.
We're going to take a break between these two quarters here while we hit you with a couple more sponsors. Phoenix Motor Leathers is the premier motorcycle rider's dream shop for all your riding gear. The leather shop has been in Mesa for 20 years and has over 900 vests in stock, 500 leather jackets, boots, chaps, gloves, helmets, leather bags, and chaps. Phoenix Motor Leathers has patch sewing and leather repair and alterations. Stop by their shop for all your motorcycle apparel and accessories. They are here tonight by the food trucks and are sewing on Arizona Derby Dames patches purchased from our merch booth to your favorite garment at a discounted rate. Check them out. Do you know what the 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are?
Oh, that's just for us to check off during our bouts to make sure we hit them all.
So like they only they paid less or something?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, because off the book leaves after the first bout, so we only announce them twice, and so on and so forth. That's all it is.
So it doesn't matter for this.
Yeah, correct.
I see. All right, and the Arizona Derby Dames are doing a fundraiser. Sign up now and join Team Arizona Derby Teams for some St. Patrick's Day fun on March 13th. You can help raise money to fight cancer at the Kilt Lifter 10th Anniversary Kilt Run. This event is lots of fun for all ages, and pets are welcome. For full details and more information, go to IrishRunAZ.com. That's IrishRunAZ.com. And sign up for the 1K Kilt Run or take the challenge. Sign up now, and when you do, don't forget to join Team Arizona Derby Dames. That is a 1K Kilt Run. That is not 1 mile. As 1K, I think that's a couple of feet. I don't know off the top of my head. It's definitely less than a mile. You might be able to roll in your kilt that distance or fall. You could probably fall that distance with a little bit of momentum. And it's almost time for some Mac Madness. Next month, our regulators are hosting the Macaroni Cook-Off Competition on March 28th from 6 to 9 p.m. at O'Brien Sports Bar, located on 7829 North 35th Avenue in North Phoenix. $10 to enter cook-off, and the cutoff for entries is at 6:30 p.m. with a prize of $50. It's a win-win. Talk to a regulator for more details.
Don't forget the announcers won all of the prizes at the Mac Cook-Off last year. Old Greg and Kills Bill swept the prizes. The announcers won all the prizes. All the prizes were won by the announcers.
So if you win any prizes and want to just give them to us, that's probably a good idea. We will accept those because we're generous. Nice. Oh, what's the name? Nice.
So, anyway, yeah, he won.
Where's that?
We haven't been reading them, but
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to read them anyway. Let's do it. Pull up the address. We don't even have it in our announce sheet, but I'm told Copper Star Coffee also sponsors Arizona Derby Dames. So let's give them a little love here. Copper Star Coffee, a local coffee shop right here in Phoenix, Arizona at 4220 North 7th Avenue, right here in Phoenix. Go check them out. They are owned by one of the fellow announcers up here, Kill Bill, and his daughter is one of the minor assaults. That's the Juniors League here in Arizona. Great name for a Juniors League, by the way. Copper Star Coffee. These Arizona Derby Dames are playing 3 games. Well, 3 different events in this month, they're actually playing more than 3 games because they play multiple games just in this tournament alone. They played a bout earlier this month. They have Chingadera today, obviously, where they're going to play multiple bouts, and they have another bout coming up. Their next hard-hitting action comes to you on February 29th, very last day of the month. This bout will feature a double-header between the post-apocalyptic Doomsday Valkyries and those playground bullies, the Schoolyard Scrappers. The second game of the night features the Brutal Beauties versus the ghoulish Coffin Draggers. These games are sure to give some good hits. Stay tuned on their social media pages for more details. Don't miss out on what all the cool kids are doing on Saturday nights. Definitely the cool kids. And we here at the announcer's table are also cool kids. You probably want to hang out with us. Get our email addresses. We're very cool.
All right, we're going to roll back to the action. We are starting things off here in the second quarter. Game got very close there towards the end of the first quarter, but Austin able to put together a couple of productive jams heading into the break. So right now they are in front by 17 points.
Tony Montana, lead jammer as Mermaids struggles to get out of that TXR defense. One-on-one with number 9, Ruth Bader-Jukesberg. And there it is. Both jammers are away.
And we've got a lead jammer change, switching back and forth as both jammers now mid-scoring pack trying to get through. And out the front of the pack goes Tony Montana, still lead jammer for Austin at the moment.
Daisy Nukes was going to go one-on-one there, but she found herself too far from the pack and ends up not being able to play defense. And that definitely, oh, great hit by Dolly B. Rotten.
Excellent defensive play there along the inside of the track by Dolly B. Rotten and preventing further scoring from happening. Tony Montana back up on the track and calling off that jam.
It's the battle once again of the triple digits. Number 111, Punisher, versus number 666, Mother Mayhem. I see a penalty for both teams up there on that penalty board. That's going to make this defense a little bit light. This could be a jammer heavy jam, and there it is. TXRD immediately taking lead jammer. I am going to guess that that was a play run by TXRD. I don't know for sure, but that sure looked like it. That hole opened up in the amount of time that a play typically opens up a hole, and that is definitely giving TXRD an advantage in this game. They are up 51-33. Punisher getting held back by that two-lady wall there, but breaks away and then sheds a third block by Mostly Harmless. Well done, Punisher.
That'll bring us up to the end of that jam. Was just going to mention one of the Houston skaters had to hobble back to the bench with a skate problem there, so they did lose a skater during the jam, in case you were wondering where the last skater went. And that's going to lead us into our first power jam for Austin, actually. We do have a penalty assessed to the Houston Jammers. So it's your first power jam for the Texas All-Star Army. Easy for me to say. That's going to be number four.
Only TXRD's Blazing Greats can score in this jam, but we're going to take a break.
We'll get all excited for that again here in a moment. A Blazing Grace is going to be doing the honors once we get back to the action. We'd like to let you know about, let's see.
Nutrition One school lunch program. Food is the energy that growing children need, providing healthy, great tasting, and freshly prepared whole foods to local schools valley-wide. Nutrition One school lunch program works closely with the Arizona Department of Education and the USDA to make sure our children are getting the nutrition they need daily to stay focused and get the best out of their school lunch. We are back in. It is a TXRD Power Jam. Only a Blazing Greats can score in this jam.
TXRD is looking to build on their lead. They have opened up the second quarter here as an offensive juggernaut and are really putting some distance between themselves and Houston at the moment. They're going to look to continue that here with the Power Jam.
60-33 as we enter this Power Jam. TXRD is going to try and really lock this up in this second quarter. SSRD so far playing great defense. That's exactly what you need to see. One-on-one, Daisy Nukes and a Blazing Grace. Unfortunately, Daisy Nukes tries to juke low, gets juked to the high. A Blazing Grace takes off. Oh, great spin move by a Blazing Grace to the low. Gets around Daisy Nukes. Once again, SSRD stuck in a one-on-one situation there. SSRD now able to line up behind TXRD like you want to do in a Power Jam. Slow that jam down.
5 seconds left on the clock. She is looking to get back down the front straightaway to see if she can catch the pack. The clock is going to expire as she makes contact, and we'll have to wait and check on the score. It does not look like she was able to get there.
Well, SSRD had some pretty good defense there, but unfortunately not enough. Sure enough, there it is. 10 points. TXRD 70-33. TXRD has doubled Houston's score. This is a tough one. As a reminder, this is a rematch after Houston had a huge upset win at Battle on the Bank. The only match that matters for ranking. Just to announce here, Lola Chola, lead jammer versus Brawl Rat. Lola Chola takes that lead jam right away. But yeah, SSRD had a huge upset at Battle on the Bank, just barely beating TXRD for the first time ever. So this rematch, I'm sure both teams are taking it very seriously. First thing in the morning. Lola Chola hits it and quits it. I see that 4 Twinkle Star up in the air from the refs there. 37 for TXRD. That is no longer a doubled score. Sorry, for SSRD. That is exactly what SSRD needs to be doing there. Number 8, Dolly B. Rotten, jamming for the first time in this bout versus Bree Coli.
Bree Coli trying to find an opening along the inside and able to do so. Had a hole that opened up there along the inside of the track, and she's able to take lead jammer here in this jam.
Bree is moving. Look at how fast those crossovers are going. Oh, huge hit by Skate Charmer. Clears Bree Coli to the ground. Another hit. Clears Bree Coli out of the track. Daisy Nukes, one-on-one. Bree Coli just barely passes there as Dolly B. Rotten enters. That could have been 1 second later on that hip dance. She wouldn't have been able to do it. That was great timing by Bree Coli. But it didn't matter. 4 points for both teams. It's like it never happened. 74-41. TXRD is up. Mermaids versus Mostly Harmless. Both teams playing great defense. Mermaids pushing. Yeah, Mostly Harmless uses that mess to take advantage of that opportunity. Breaks away to the inside. The lead jammer, TXRD. Block after great block thrown by Dyer's Eve there. Just slamming Mermaids into the rail, out of the track, backwards. Mostly Harmless jukes high. Both SSRD players see it coming. One-on-one, Violent Viking. Mostly Harmless says, that's enough. I don't need to deal with this defense. I'm ending this jam.
Setting up the jam now for Austin is going to be number 9, Ruth Badger Jukesburg. It's going to be number 111, Punisher, for the Southside team. But before we get to that, it's going to be an official timeout. So the referee's going to have to talk over a little bit of the action here.
Saw a little more love from the jammers there on the track before that jam was starting. I love seeing that. It's all love and roller derby. It's not like those cruel sports you've heard about where people are looking to injure each other. That is not the spirit of derby.
For the month of February, the Arizona Derby Dames are partnering with Circle the City. Circle the City is a dynamic nonprofit community health organization dedicated to providing high-quality holistic health care to people experiencing homelessness in Maricopa County. They provide needed medical respite care in their 50-bed facility, outpatient primary care, and mobile outreach clinics to children, women, and men in our community. Join us as we collect items to be used and dispersed in their kindness kits. If you have any well-kept and gently worn backpacks to donate, we're accepting them tonight and at our next bout on February 29th. Please donate and help to support Circle the City, better our community's health and well-being.
Well, TXRD has once again doubled the SSRD score, 82-41. Punisher versus Ruth Badger Jukesburg. Great rail pin by TXRD, knocks Punisher into that rail. One-on-one, Punisher breaks away, lead jammer SSRD. Opportunity opens up for Houston to close up that 40-point gap. Punisher going one-on-one once again with TXRD. TXRD has to give up that defense. Punisher takes her points and keeps on going. Daisy Nukes doing a great job of playing defense one-on-one against Badger Jukesburg, but Jukesburg gets through. That's going to be points for TXRD, which is going to take a little bit of steam away from SSRD there. Punisher gets knocked off the track, but that blocker goes off the track as well, allowing her to jump back on and end that jam. Complicated jam there. That's why we have these awesome refs figuring it out for us. 8 points for SSRD.
SSRD is going to send Lola Chola to the jammer line, and skating for TXRD, Mother Mayhem.
82-49. SSRD definitely still in this game with that jam. Oh, but here we go. TXRD, lead jammer. Mother Mayhem. Lola Chola is going to see if she can keep her honest. Great slalom. Great slalom by Mother Mayhem. That was kind of interesting. I just think she did the hip dance twice there. See how many points she gets out of that. 4 points for TXRD. She gets the full set of defense there. 86 TXRD, 49 SSRD. Bree Coli versus Dolly B. Rotten. Zara Problem and Skate Charmer leading up that defense with those stripes on their helmet. Bree Coli, lead jammer, TXRD. Once again, TXRD is in that army green. They are out of Austin, Texas. The origin of roller derby, of course. Houston, Southside, in pink.
The action continues apace. It's going to be Flocka Kalaka for TXRD, and for Southside, it's going to be number 413 Mermaids.
Tight jam in that last one. 2 points for TXRD, 0 for Houston, with TXRD calling it off just in the nick of time. Let's see what Flocka Kalaka and Mermaids can do here. We got the battle of the nimble skaters. Mermaids getting trapped behind what is now a two-lady wall as the rest of TXRD breaks away to give Flocka Kalaka offense. That offense works. Flocka Kalaka breaks away. Lead jammer, TXRD Austin. Ooh, that was a tough down, but Flocka Kalaka gets up no problem.
And we've had the helmet cover passed by Houston. They are going to pass that on to the pivot. Flocka Kalaka trying to play some jammer defense, but the pivot taking over.
Yeah, we've all seen it now. So Violent Viking took a pass from Mermaids. And Flocka Kalaka saw it before the star even went on her helmet. Gave her a hit, almost knocking her out.
Punisher is coming up to the jammer line for Southside, and for TXRD is going to be Brie Colai.
Clean jam in that last jam. I'm impressed. No penalties in that jam. Good job, everyone. Good job, announcers. Good job, refs. Good job, Sun. Good job, Moon. Both teams playing killer defense here. Neither jammer able to get out at all. And both, I think it's okay to announce this, both teams are trying to play a pass right now. There are no stars on anybody's helmets.
And now taking over and putting the star on for TXRD is Tony Montana. And he'll be coming around here for a possible scoring pass.
We have one successful pass out of two.
Clock ticking down here on this jam as Punisher gets out of the pack, and that's going to do it.
That was a complicated jam to follow. So we had a pass by TXRD that was successful. We had a pass by SSRD that was unsuccessful, and so the star goes back onto the jammer's helmet. That was pretty intense. And unfortunately, in the process of that unsuccessful pass, Punisher did take a penalty. That is going to hurt SSRD. But both jammers have penalties against them, so they're both sitting on those penalty benches, and that means we have no power jam because we settle both teams doing something that wrong by. Everybody wins. Everyone gets to keep their jammer. Lola Chola versus number 666, Mother Mayhem. 2-on-1 Violent Viking leading that defense with Roby-Wan Kenobi. Lola Chola, lead jammer, SSRD. Lola Chola has been able to get out of that TXR defense pretty consistently in this game, and she's done it again. Oh, sheds that block. Oh, but unfortunately slams right into that TXR defense, basically setting up a flat track style tripod there.
SSRD putting 5 points on the board as we set up for what will more than likely be our last jam before halftime. That's going to be Dolly B. Rotten on the jammer line for SSRD.
Very important jam for SSRD, would be in double digits, double points territory if they had not done that. 5 points for them, 97-54. Dolly B. Rotten jamming for the second time in this bout. Killer block by SSRD, clears that TXRD jammer straight to the floor. She's back up. Pixie kicks, gets back up. Way to recover. Great block by TXRD's number 9, Ruth Badger Jukesberg, clearing Dolly B. Rotten to the inside. Oh, but Dolly B. Rotten just barely takes that coping to the inside. Lead jammer, SSRD Houston. Opportunity to score for Houston. Start to close up that gap with the second quarter now at the close. 22 seconds left on the play clock. This is going to be the end of this half. No matter what, it's just a question of how many points Houston can put on the board. Jukes around. Hela Jukovic, that sure is the way you want to play there. Way to close it out, Houston. 4 points for Houston, 58 Houston now. TXRD still up with 97 as we end that first half.
So we'll step aside for a 15-minute halftime intermission. A great chance for you to visit the snack bar, perhaps the off-the-hook taco truck outside, get some refreshments, and we'll be back with you in a few moments.
Yeah, as we head into this second half here, we're going to take a break. We are going to mention a couple of recruitment nights we have coming up for Arizona. Their refs, a.k.a. the regulators, are doing a recruitment night. If you're interested in being a part of the roller derby community, but hitting people is not your thing, our regulators are always looking for dedicated and eager minds to learn our rule set and help keep our ladies on the track in check. Our regulator team accepts all genders. There are various levels of officiating that go on during roller derby bouts. Come be a part of the action and help our league grow. Ask Any Skater or Ref how to get involved. And the Minor Assaults, their juniors league, is also recruiting. If you're a lady between the ages of 10 and 17 who loves to skate, or you know one, the Minor Assaults are a nonprofit 501c3 and are always looking for new skaters to join their team. Their coaches are not only teaching technique and knowledge of the sport, but also help build leadership, teamwork, and problem-solving skills that will help in life situations far beyond roller derby. Minor skating skills, a dedication to learn, and a positive mental attitude are all we require. Come see what all the fun is about. Ask any Arizona Derby Dame how to get involved, or visit their website at azddinspire.org. That's azddinspire.org for information on donating or sponsoring the Minor Assaults. 5 minutes until we kick off the second half of Houston versus Austin, Battle of the Texans. Let's give our refs, aka the regulators, some love during this halftime here. We didn't have a chance to do it earlier, so let's hit it now. The head ref is Infidel Castro. Game executioner, Ridley Scorpio. Jam refs are Jacked Hart and Ruby Red-Handed. Front and backpack refs are Dave Brawlings and Bender B. Rodriguez.
Outside pack referees are Gourmet Cupcake and Lucy Fur. Penalty tracker is Electrocute, and the penalty tracker assist is Linja Star. Penalty box admins are Ref Boyardee and
Freya Hugs.
And Brittany. Since Freya's outside, I'm allowed to say that. Whiteboard is Mimi. Eye in the Sky is Hoover and Path Blue Ribbon. On scoreboard is Insubordinate Amy. The runner is Bombay Sapphire, and the alternate NSO is Streak. Show some love for the regulators because it could be the only love they get all night.
They pay their own way to come here and get yelled at by skaters who don't like their calls. They are incredibly generous and sweet people. Please be sweet to them. Give them some love. Buy them French fries or maybe a cool tattoo that says Derby loves you. So we are going to have a very interesting start to this second half. I see a penalty on the board with the star in the pink category. That means that there is a jammer penalty against SSRD Houston just going into this second half. That is going to mean a power jam for TXRD Austin to start this off. That is a tough situation for Houston to start off in. And here we go. This is it. Bree Coli is the only one who can score in this jam. It's a TXRD Austin Power Jam. Well, both teams are looking pretty light on that track in general. We have penalties all around from that final jam in the first half. We have just 3 blockers out for SSRD, just 3 blockers out for Austin. That is bad news for Houston because that is going to mean fewer players in the way in general to stop this power jam. We are fixing a series of technical difficulties with the scoreboard. Well, we get very excited and very tense. Oh, Bree Coli dancing us through this pause while we figure out how scoreboards work. We're almost there. We see a browser. Oh, we fixed it. We're smart. Bree Coli is the only one who can score in this jam. Two-on-one, Violent Viking and Skate Charmer holding her back, doing a great job. While TXRD gets the goat on Star, if they can hold that goat back, that is going to hurt that defense. Oh, Violent Viking one-on-one with Bree Coli and doing a great job. Zipper down, jam up, zipper down, jam up. Violent Viking, killer defense. Taking over 10 seconds off the clock with that defense alone. There are less than 20 seconds now on the play clock. That sure helped Houston. This power jam could have done a lot of damage. That damage is mitigated now by that great defense. Great juke by Bree Coli. Had enough of that defense by Violent Viking. Here we go, 2-on-1, Star and Violent Viking versus Bree Coli. 3-on-1, Skate Charmer recycles, and they stop her. They might have even stopped every point in that power jam. Let's see. I'm seeing 5 points for TXRD. They've broken into triple-digit territory. 102 Austin, 58 Houston Mermaids versus Flocka Kalaka. We saw Flocka Kalaka not only take an apex jump earlier, but take one that resulted in her rolling gymnastic style across the track. So get ready for some crazy antics here. Great zipper by Daisy Nukes, clears Flocka Kalaka out of the track, but Flocka Kalaka gets back up instantaneously. Lead jammer, Austin.
Flocka Kalaka now approaching the back of the pack, weaving her way through, able to make her way through. Not a lot of space in the pack there, but Flocka Kalaka able to find an opening and complete a scoring pass with 30 seconds to go on the jam clock.
Flocka Kalaka turns into paper and manages to get through a gap that was maybe a millimeter wide and just keeps on going like the pack wasn't even there. Scores her points, it keeps on going, and there it is. Skate Charmer accidentally rail pins Mermaids as that jam ends. Wow. Flocka Kalaka sure earned her points there. 9 for Austin, making it 111 to 58. Punisher versus number 9, Ruth Badger Jukesburg. Ruth Badger juking through that defense, no problem, but Punisher makes use of the chaos she creates and takes off. Violent Viking gives Ruth Badger a parting gift as she takes away with a rail pin. Punisher looks to go to the inside, finds that the entire team is there, ends that jam early with a hip dance. Let's see who scored what points. 3-1, complicated jam, 114 for TXRD, 1 for Houston. So even though Houston had lead jammer position, they actually scored fewer points than TXRD. TXRD managed to pick off some points from the behind jam position.
We got Lola Chola out there for Southside, and for TXRD is going to be Mother Mayhem, both of the jammers mid-pack trying to find some purchase. Lola Chola on the high side trying to deal with the last blocker now, and Lola Chola able to blast her way through and lead jammer for Southside.
Great defense by both teams there. Mother Mayhem goes for a pass. It does not work. And Lola Chola basically just stepping over a mess of a pack as she exited to take that lead jammer position. That could have easily been total chaos on that track if not for that step. Dolly B. Rotten jamming for the third time in this bout versus a Blazing Grace.
A Blazing Grace spun off onto the infield there, trying to head down to the inside. It slowed her up, but she's fighting her way back to the front of the pack and is going to emerge as lead jammer here for Texas.
Great defense by both teams there, really just rocking both jammers, but a Blazing Grace, even though she was well behind Dolly B. Rotten to start there, just slips through that SSRD defense, and of course, as soon as she was out of that back line, it was all her friends in front, and she took off. Oh, they're racing right now. If a Blazing Grace can pass Dolly B. Rotten, it's going to be a grand slam bonus point. Dolly, oh, she's passed. That's it. That's going to be that 5th point for Blazing Grace.
Grace still looking for some more, seeing if she can get back to the pack. Tries to skate in, get her hips in front of a couple skaters and call it off.
Both teams taking points there. 3 points, it sounds like, for Houston and 5 for Austin. Was it? Oh, 1 for Houston and 5 for Austin.
All right, official timeout here as we're going to check over some of the penalty action there in the previous jam. Bunch of penalties on the whiteboard of pain down there in the infield.
When we come back in, this is going to be a huge opportunity for Houston. They are currently at almost half of Austin's score. It's 119 Austin, 60 Houston. But 2 members of the Austin team are sitting on that penalty bench, and one of them has that ominous star next to their name, and that means it's going to be a power jam for Houston. Only Houston will be able to score in this next jam. Get ready. All right, only number 31, Lola Chola, can score in this jam. It's a Houston Power Jam! Lola Chola taking off nice and easy here. Takes down Flocka Kalaka, clearing that defense straight to the ground, takes off. Already an opportunity to score for Houston. This is exactly what they need with 48 seconds left on that 60-second play clock. Austin doing their best to break up that Houston defense, but they just can't do it. They just don't have the players to do it. Oh, Houston's got the goat. They are trapping Flocka Kalaka back there. Austin trying to get back there and catch Flocka Kalaka, get her out, but that goat is trapped. As long as they can keep that goat, that is going to make it way easier for Lola Chola to keep on racing around this track. And there it is, rail pin by Austin, though. Great rail pin by Austin, holding back Lola Chola so far. If she can get through here, she's going to get another 5 points and keep on going. Bitty bitty boom boom, just really stepping up for Austin there. Rail pin after rail pin after rail pin. That is tough to do to Lola Chola especially. So that held them back to 10 points scored in that power jam, 119 to 70. Definitely a huge play either way for Houston.
Stepping up to the jammer line for Southside is number 8, Dolly B. Rotten. It's going to be Bree Colai for Austin.
Oh, Bree Colai jukes, and gets out. Great jamming by Bree Colai. Definitely earned that lead jammer position for Austin. Dolly B. Rotten struggling to get out of that pack. Zero problem. Rail pin doesn't quite get it. Dolly B. Rotten breaks away as well. Bree Colai, watch that happen as she gets through that pack and scores her points. Bree Colai gives it a chance, waits until Dolly's going to enter the pack and says, nah, I don't want to give those points up. Hit it and quit it. 4 points for Austin and nothing for Houston. 1, 2, 3, for Austin, 70 for Houston.
On the jammer line for Austin, number 255, Brawl Rat.
Versus Mermaids for Houston. Brawl Rat does they do a cool little running in place there to get started. I don't know what that was, but I liked it. Brawl Rat breaks away. They are now lead jammer for Austin.
Mermaids looking for an opening, trying to come out of the turn, and ended up getting rail pinned, then taken down to the infield by a sliding block by an Austin defender.
Wow, Brawl Rat shakes 2 blocks on the inside. They were on one skate and still kept their footing, did not leave that track, and that makes the difference between scoring points and having to reset all the way back, or otherwise you end up with a cutting the track penalty and a power jam. So that is a huge move by Brawl Rat right there. Austin is going to be looking at a lot of points, and this is not a power jam. This is a regular old jam. Brawl Rat killing it out there. All right, let's see what the refs say. 10 points for Austin, holding Houston back to 0. That is hard to do. Getting 4 and hit it and quit it is pretty textbook roller derby, but taking 10 without giving up a point, that is hard. Ruth Badger Jukesberg versus Punisher. Ruth Badger Jukesberg immediately takes it off. There it is, lead jammer for Austin. Looking tough for Houston right now. Let's see if Punisher can chase her down, keep her honest. I did not think Austin saw that coming. Ruth Badger Jukesberg looks to the inside, sees Punisher in her peripheral at the last second, and ends it. That could have been a really different game. Just 1 second later. 2 points for Austin, keeping him honest there. 135 for Austin, 70 Houston. Lola Chola versus Mother Mayhem.
Full pack out there, nobody in the penalty box. Both jammers having trouble trying to find an opening.
Great defense by both teams. Oh, Lola Chola trying to counter block there and ends up going down. Mother Mayhem also trapped there. Oh, just barely gets out of a truck and trailer by Woody and Star, and that's it. Lead jammer Austin. Lola Chola in a fight with 42, mostly harmless. Well, bad news for Houston, good news for Austin. They have basically neutralized Lola Chola, which is quite rare in this game. Lola Chola has generally been lead jammer. Neutralizing her like this is a huge opportunity for Austin to score, and they took advantage of it. A little under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Again, we are playing full games, even though this is a tournament. It is a round-robin style tournament, so no one can get eliminated, and the teams are lined up by their Battle on the Bank ranking. So you're going to see LA play Arizona, but you'll see neither team play SSRD. 6 points for Austin with 141 to 70 for Houston. Austin once again doubling Houston's score. We've seen back and forth on that doubling here as we are getting close to closing up this third quarter. For the month of February, the Arizona Derby Dames will be partnering with Circle of the City. Circle of the City is a dynamic nonprofit community health organization dedicated to providing high-quality holistic care to people experiencing homelessness in Maricopa County. They provide needed medical respite care in their 50-bed facility, outpatient primary care, and mobile outreach clinics to children, women, and men in our community. Join us as we collect items to be used and dispersed in their kindness kits. If you have any well-kept and gently worn backpacks to donate, we are accepting them tonight and at our next bout on February 29th. Please donate and help support Circle of the City, better our community's health and well-being at circlethecity.org/homeless healthcare services.
Setting back up once again with
Dolly B. Rotten. Brie Coli. Both teams, great defense. I see Houston pushing Brie Coli out of the track. That's exactly the kind of defense they need to be playing right now. Oh, Zara problem. Great hit out of the track. Dolly B. Rotten dodges a second hit out of the track, though. She is lead jammer. That was some sly footwork. Jumps up on her toe stops, just steps back there, dodges that hit, keeps on going. Lead jammer, Houston. They need this. This is a huge opportunity for Houston to close up that gap. All right, and we had a pass by Austin trying to make that a little more complicated, but it didn't matter. I don't even know if the other team saw it, and never made it into the pack anyway.
Setting up on the jammer line for the first time as a jammer this afternoon is going to be number 82, Daisy Nukes for Southside, going up against Flaka Kalaka for Austin.
And these two jammers, they're already playing the game before the whistle even starts. They are lining up as close as possible to each other. All right, I thought I was going to see a hit off the start there, but we did not. Daisy Nukes way ahead, lead jammer right away, and I can see part of why. Austin has two blockers on that penalty bench. That is going to make it hard for Austin to play defense in this jam. I see two blockers on the track right now. Oh, but unfortunately Daisy Nukes getting chased down there meant that unfortunately they were not able to score. That was a huge opportunity for them. Currently 141 Austin, 75 Houston. Houston taking away that score, doubling for a moment there. Ruth Badger Jukesburg versus Punisher. Oh, Austin breaks away. Lead jammer as they clear a member of Houston's team to the floor doing a back roll. These ladies are incredibly resilient. If I did a back roll on this track, I would quit and say I'm not doing roller derby anymore. I'm fishing. Not even like fishing. All right, despite the chaos on the track there, that was 1 point for Austin, no points for Houston. That was a very light jam, 142 to 75 now. Austin is still up, number 666, Mother Mayhem versus number 53, Wildwood.
30 seconds until the end of the quarter, so this could be our last jammer of the quarter. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Both jammers tied up in the middle of the pack and down along the inside. Springing free, there goes Mother Mayhem.
Austin's got that lead jammer position. Mother Mayhem looking behind her to see, did that other jammer get away? We try not to announce whether they did or not up here because it does give free information to the pack, and there it is. Wildwood was not quite able to catch her. She had exited that pack. Oh, and chaos on the track as everyone tries to leave. Brawl Rat goes down, gets back up. Everybody's all right.
Looks like we're going to move forward with one more jam before the end of the third quarter, and it's going to be a great opportunity for Southside because it's going to be a power jam. Taking the jammer line is Dolly B. Rotten, number 8.
I see Coach Scapegoat there being like, get in there. It's a power jam. We can't just. All right, here we go. It's a Houston power jam. Only Dolly B. Rotten can score in this jam. Let's see what Rotten can do. Rotten has had some pretty killer plays out there already, some fancy footwork. And here we go, one-on-one. Juke takes it. Opportunity to score now for Houston. This power jam has a little over 30 seconds left on the play clock. What can Dolly B. Rotten do here? Probably enough time for 2 laps if she can pull it off fast enough. Goes down. Oh, tough fall there by, I believe it was Brie Coli. Everyone's all right. It looks like that's good. All right, that pack breaks up. Houston is doing a great job of holding the goat, mostly harmless. Screaming resistance is useless, but unfortunately that resistance is really not working out for Mostly Harmless. Dolly B. Rotten just barely passes that goat, picks up that last point, and ends that jam. All right, 5 points for Houston, making it 146 Austin, 80 Houston. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. We are almost at the end of this game. Definitely looking tough for Austin with 80 points. They are down by 66 points in an over 100-point game. That is going to be tough for them going into this fourth quarter, but we'll see what they can do. If you'd like us to announce your awesome business on this microphone, you're probably like, hey, where's my business? Well, you can pay the Arizona Derby Dames for us to say whatever you'd like. We have different sponsor packages available to suit your needs with many benefits to choose from. Find any Arizona Derby Dame today, and they can point you in the right direction for sponsorship questions and information on how to become a sponsor. And if you think that these roller derby ladies are freaking amazing, I agree with you. You can meet them and buy them a beer at the after party on Sunday at the Grand on Central, located on 718 North Central Ave, right here in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're here in Phoenix, come after party with us. If you're not, maybe drink at home and send us like a text or something. 15 seconds until the fourth and final quarter of Austin versus Houston, Battle of the Texans. Down in the heart of Texas, clap, clap. There's the fourth quarter whistle. I see penalties for both teams, but they are blockers. No big deal. We're going to have a jammer on both sides. Flocka Kalaka versus Daisy Nukes. Both packs a little light, down one blocker, 3 blockers for each team. Flocka Kalaka stumbling over that defense, but makes it through anyway. Cuts through that two-lady defense. Keeps on going. Lead jammer, Austin. Mini apex jump by Flocka Kalaka gets through that skate charmer defense by Houston. Oh, Flocka Kalaka chasing down Daisy Nukes. There it is. Grand slam. Oh, skate charmer makes Flocka Kalaka pay for it with a killer block to the inside as that jam ends. Oh, I don't know how these ladies do it. That is concrete. That yellow and blue might look nice, but that is concrete on the inside. I couldn't handle that. 666. Mother Mayhem versus 413 Mermaids. Mermaids fighting. Might take this lead jammer position. 3-on-1 though. Handling that Austin wall. Going high. Can't quite make it happen. Mostly harmless. Turns around. Oh, Violent Viking blows her up for it. Out of nowhere. But in the meantime, that chaos allowed Mother Mayhem to get through. Austin, lead jammer. Mermaids trying to get through, still trapped by that Austin defense, and that is going to open up a huge opportunity. Oh, Mermaids gets away by pushing, splits that pack, and now it is all about that Houston defense. Can they hold back Mother Mayhem? Violent Viking turns around, and that ends that play clock.
So 4 points up on the board there for TXRD, and we're going to have a brief timeout. Actually, it looks like
4 points, yeah, on TXRD. It's 155-80. TXRD close to doubling that score. Again, tough game for Houston. Again, Houston just barely beating TXRD in Battle on the Bank, and of course, only Battle on the Bank decides your ranking. So regardless of the outcome of this game, Houston will still be ranked higher than TXRD until the next battle, but TXRD is not taking it in this game, roundly handing it to Houston so far. Going to be very hard. We still have a little under 13 minutes left in the game. It is possible to score almost 80 points in that period of time, so it's not impossible, but so far TXRD really holding on to this game ever since about halfway through the first quarter. 4 penalties on the bench. What a mess in that last jam. There's going to be almost no one on this track. Very light track. Wildwood versus number 88, Pixie Kicks. Maybe jamming for the first time in this bout. Pixie Kicks gets hit so hard that she gets hit into the air, almost goes over the rail. That's the kind of crazy excitement you can expect from roller derby. Wildwood's Houston's lead jammer.
Wildwood now looking for an opening, trying to find opening along the outside, able to get by a block there coming in from a Blazing Grace, but Wildwood able to get around the outside of it, pick up her 4 points, and call off the jam.
Great hit it and quit it by Houston. Oh, it's all love. Look at those jammer hugs. Brawl Rat and Punisher giving some love. 255 and 111. So again, it's Punisher versus Brawl Rat. No penalties in that last jam. That's good. Almost no one is on the track to commit a penalty. We have a full pack here. Defense is going to have a huge opportunity to stop both jammers. Brawl Rat almost takes that inside, but Punisher maybe saw it, maybe didn't, I don't know, but ends up playing defense for her team as the jammer can't get through that three-lady wall. Pushes, gets through. Punisher, lead jammer, Houston. This is another huge opportunity to score for Houston. This could really make a difference. Not common for Brawl Rat to struggle that hard. Houston really deserves some credit for playing defense in this jam. Slowing Brawl Rat down that much, that is hard to do. You have seen it over and over in this game. Oh, Punisher calls it a millisecond before Brawl Rat picks up some points anyway from behind. Two points for Houston, 155-86. Daisy Nukes versus Bree Coli. Both teams have a penalty that is going to make the pack a little light. 3-on-3 blockers. DK goes down and ducks and covers. Lead jammer, Austin. Bree Coli.
Daisy Nukes now trying to find an opening in the back straightaway as the pack gets ready to head into the far turn. Bree Coli finishing off a scoring pass along the inside. Daisy Nukes looking to follow her, but runs out of real estate. 30 seconds left on the jam clock.
Great jamming by Bree Coli, taking that inside once again, basically like a couple of wheels on the track still. Manages to stay on, and that is exactly the kind of jamming that has allowed Austin to take the lead in this game. Daisy Nukes was coming in to score. Bree Coli decided, I'm not getting that grand slam. I'm not letting you score. 155-86, we're about to see that score tick up. 9 points for Austin. Tough jam for Houston. 164, Austin, 86, Houston. Mermace versus Ruth Badger Jukesburg. I think this might be the first time we've seen these two jammers in a matchup in a jam. Great hit by Annie Chokley off the top of the rail. Takes Ruth Badger Jukesburg down. Another great zipper by Violent Viking. Oh, Houston is in it to win it in this jam. They are not letting up. They may be down in score, but they are not quitting. I see Lola Chola and Violent Viking. Violent Viking throws Lola Chola into the rail, throwing Ruth Badger Jukesburg. A tough hit there. Oh, and Violent Viking takes off. Lead jammer steals that lead jammer position from Ruth Badger Jukesburg. The call from Violent Viking. Oh, takes that inside and scores her points. Houston earned those points. They fought hard for those. I see 3 fingers in the air. 3 points for Houston. Well done, Houston. Got to give them credit. Once again, that's 2 jams back-to-back doing great there. 164, Austin 89, Houston Wildwood versus Tony Montana. Oh, we have a challenge against the penalty there by Austin. They had a directional blocking. That means you turned around and blocked backwards. Very illegal. And they say that didn't happen. So we're going to see a challenge there against number 423, A Blazing Grace, turning around and blocking backwards. Hot discussion by Infidel Castro and the 2 captains over there. As Marilyn Manson riffs away with the beautiful people in the background here. Well, as a quick reminder, we still have Off the Hook Taco Truck out there, locally owned and operated, serving SoCal Baja-inspired cuisine. It's going to be noontime when we're done. We lied to you because the refs lied to us. Oh, my God, can you believe it? We're going to have to break up over this lie. I don't know. Actually, Houston is challenging their penalty which was not a directional blocking. It was something or other. I can't read that. I'm sorry. Something happened. Something happened twice, and they're challenging some of it. That's what we know. I think they're writing it out for us. Oh, they just wrote the word challenge. All right, well. We don't even know how this challenge works up here, so we're just going to tell you about the Arizona Derby Dames merch booth. Be sure to visit the Arizona Derby Dames merch booth to get your favorite league and team merchandise, t-shirts, tanks, hats, koozies, stickers, and buttons. Oh my. Head on over and pick up some swag of your favorite team. Well, I see the penalty board being modified. Let's see what's going on here. All right, I see some. Okay. There, as Infidel Castro explains what happened. Penalty is upheld. Houston lost that challenge, which I believe means they also lose a timeout there. I lied to you about that timeout. They're going to go ahead and keep that timeout, but lose a challenge. I have, even the passing doesn't work the way it says in the rules. I'm like, come on. Okay, it is not a power jam. It just took a moment for Wildwood to get back in there. Wildwood versus Tony Montana. Oh, Wildwood just takes off on the outside, sidestepping on her toe stops, pushing through that pack, not interested in having any of that Austin defense. Tony Montana obviously breathing down her back. Is she going to just go for it? She is. Very risky by Wildwood, but she takes it. That was fun to watch, but unfortunately I think they both got the same number of points. But thanks for the fun jam.
So a net gain of nothing for either side, 4-4. As was suspected. Stepping up to the jammer line now for Southside is going to be
Punisher. And a secret jammer by TXRD covering her number. I don't even, it's like another number. Is that Helen High Water then?
Maybe.
5585, maybe.
I think I see a 7.
All right. Well, we'll check on the
the secret jammer by
secret jammer
TXRD
is jammer anyway.
Secret jamming and now secret passing.
Yes.
To unsecret jammer Flocka Kalaka.
I'll see.
Flocka Kalaka doing the hands up. As she takes the lap, I don't. Oh, that was a tough hit there. Mojo clearing Flocka Kalaka to the inside of the track. I appreciate Kalaka doing that fun hands up, but that may have made that hurt a little more. Both teams passing here as Lola Chola takes off as well. This has been a massive jam, but I really enjoyed watching it. Thanks for the chaos. It was 168 to 93.
Yeah, I think it's Helen High Water by process of elimination.
We assume Mystery Secret Spy Jammer was Helen Highwater, but no one can read that cape that she's wearing, so no one knows. 173, Austin, 93, Houston. 6 minutes left in the entire game.
So now we've got parked in the penalty box is The mystery jammer, again, we believe that to be Helen Highwater. We'll check the whiteboard here in a second, but she picked up a penalty while she was the jammer, and this is now going to be, it was a messy jam.
Oh,
the
my
whiteboard
God.
is full. They're writing extra things down where her hand is on the whiteboard.
Yeah, I'm taking a picture of this penalty jam. This is crazy. Wow.
All right.
War and Peace, the next novel published by the refs, is up on that penalty board.
So when it's all said
Everything
and done,
is on that penalty board. If you have an aunt or uncle, they're also on that penalty board. This is a mess. There's no one on this track. We have 2 blockers from each team, 1 jammer. Only Daisy Nukes can score in this jam. It's a Houston Power Jam. Huge opportunity for Houston. It may be 173 to 93 right now. That's a huge gap for Austin, but Houston is going to try and close it up, and so far Daisy Nukes is doing it. More than 30 seconds left on the play clock, and she has already lapped her way through that very small pack. There's almost nobody out here. Skate Charmer takes on both Austin blockers, opens up a huge gap to the inside. Daisy Nukes has no problem. 20 seconds left on the clock. She is still going. 15 seconds left on the clock as she enters the pack. No problem. Zipper by Austin just barely misses. Keeps on going once again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for that power jam. Almost had another lap. Huge power jam for Houston.
Houston putting 15 points on the board and getting up over 100 for the bout. It's a 15-point power jam for Southside.
Yeah, 15 for Houston, 173 to 108. Both teams in triple-digit territory. Wildwood once again up against Ruth Badger Jukesburg. We somehow had penalties in that last jam, even though no one was on the track to commit them. Very impressive. Austin, lead jammer, Ruth Badger Jukesburg, notorious RBG out there, laying down the law, letting you know, hey, how's your constitution looking?
Meanwhile, up towards the front of the pack there, now trying to burst her way through, is Wildwood, but runs into a defensive 2-wall and is slowed up. Now getting some help from her teammates trying to get her shook free. Meanwhile, coming around for a scoring pass, Ruth Badger Jukesburg.
Props to Mostly Harmless going one-on-one with Daisy Nukes, providing some killer defense for Austin. Really held Wildwood back there.
Stepping
9
up,
points.
Stepping up to the jammer line now is going to be Flocka Kalaka. They're jockeying for position here before the whistle goes, and that's going to be Punisher for Houston. They are
Flocka Kalaka entered by hitting Punisher. I didn't even know that was legal. I don't know the rules there. I'll have to read that. Punisher and Flocka Kalaka battling it out. Punisher accidentally blocks Flocka Kalaka. Flocka Kalaka tries to do like a sideways monkey jump for an apex jump. Doesn't quite work. Skate Charmer, I guess, saw Flocka Kalaka coming. I don't even know how she saw it. Flocka Kalaka still takes that lead jammer position anyway by basically just pushing hard enough on that D. Punisher struggling to get through here. Flocka Kalaka going so fast that I could hear her skates squeal just coming around the bend. She wasn't even stopping. Punisher going one-on-one with Austin, breaks away. That is going to make it a little bit tougher for Flocka Kalaka to keep on taking those laps. Flocka Kalaka thinking about doing the hip dance, not doing the hip dance, maybe going to do the hip dance, maybe not going to do it. Doesn't matter, play clock ends. All right, bad news for the Punisher. She committed a penalty during that jam. That is going to open up the opportunity for Austin to have a power jam here. They got 7 points in that last jam. Austin brought their score up to 189 to 108, but they are going to make it hurt in this next jam. They are going to be the only ones who can score, and there are less than 2 minutes left in the entire game. This is going to be a tough one for Houston. We are looking at basically 2 regulation plays left in the entire game, and then it's really going to be a question of whether that second jam is clean on Austin's part. If they jam clean, that's going to end the game. If they don't, there are going to be penalty jams. That's one of the weird rules of roller derby. If the winners commit a penalty, you get to just keep on going until heat death of the universe, I guess. I don't know if it ever ends.
So, after the discussion by the referee squad, we have added a penalty to both jammers, which means we have double jammer down, which means no power jam.
Great news for Houston. They get to keep their jammer because everyone did something wrong. Remember, if you do something wrong, just make sure someone else did too. Daisy Nukes versus Tony Montana. 2 blockers from each team are on the track. Once again, we have almost nobody on this track. Daisy Nukes takes it, lead jammer Houston. Great second to last jam for Houston. Houston not quitting, and I really appreciate that sportswoman-like conduct. Staying in the game, continuing to play it out, even though there is really no chance to win it for Houston anymore. Mother Mayhem tries to clear Daisy Nukes to the inside of the track. It doesn't happen. Daisy Nukes has an opportunity for a grand slam here if she wants to go for it. Nope, not interested. Tony Montana closing in on scoring a point there. Doesn't look like it happened. We're about to find out. Yep, there it is. No points scored by Austin. 4 points hit it and quit it by Daisy Nukes Houston. 112 Houston, 189 Austin. 52 seconds left on the clock. That means there's more time on the play clock than the game clock. This is most likely our final jam. A Blazing Grace jamming for Austin. Blazing Grace is leaving the track. I don't see a star on the penalty board yet. All right, well, even though that star is not on the penalty board, I see that star in the penalty box. This is going to be a Houston Power Jam! Wildwood is the only one who can score in this jam. What a great way to end it for Houston. Currently 189 Austin, 112 Houston, but let's see how many points Houston can put on the board here. And, of course, by being a power jam, Austin cannot end this jam early. They risk committing a penalty, and if they do, that's going to be terrible news for Austin because Houston gets to just keep on playing and try to close up that score even more. 2-on-1 defense taking on that goat there of number 88. Pixie Kicks is trapped behind that goat fence. Skate Charmer and Mermaids recycle and try to trap her once again. Oh, Pixie Kicks goes down hard. Hopefully she's all right there. Gets back up. Skate Charmer and Mermaids continue to trap that goat, continuing to fight as Wildwood takes that outside, busts through that wall. Oh, you can go around or you can go through, and Wildwood goes through, delivering a shoulder to both parts of that wall. That is some power by Wildwood. 3, 2, 1. That ends that jam and the game unless there was a penalty against Austin.
We will double check the official word from the infield, although I do believe I saw a penalty being assessed to at least one member of Houston during the jam there. We'll have to wait and check the board here momentarily as they're finishing out the whiteboard of pain.
Tense discussion by the refs and the poop emoji. Pink has a mess of penalties, so it is very unlikely. There it is. Austin takes this game, but 122 points for Houston. Great close, getting 10 points in that final jam, a power jam, of course. 189 Austin, 122 Houston final. The Battle of the Texans is resolved in favor of Austin for Chingadera, this elite roller derby tournament. If you'd like to get a high five from the winning team there, go ahead and reach your hand into the track. I see Seattle Tilted Thunder reaching in, getting some love from those TXRD Austiners. But it's all love and